right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the broadcast here. We got the SkinCoin WCA coming at you, game number 2 now of what is mousesports versus Team Kinguin. And again, pretty entertaining game number 1 there. We had a very possible comeback from Kinguin. They kept trying, but ultimately coming up just a little bit short, and mousesports was able to do them in and finish the job. So thus we have the game number 2 though, with mousesports up 1-0. Here, what is the group stages? So I'm BreakyCPK, and I am going to be joined by a co-caster here for the rest of this series. Going to be joined by Robin Roll. Robin Roll, how's it going, man?
Pretty good. This is a bit of a change for me. I've been focused on the CIS from the last week and a half, so just trying to do some last-minute homework now. See what mousesports, Team Kinguin, see what the drafts, what they prefer, you know, what they've been picking up. It's actually a bit of a change. Nightstalker has been a target for the bans for mousesports in the first 1 or 2, and instead they go for the Venomancer and the Necrophos. The Viper is always a third one around those. They just don't like the green heroes, but yeah, letting Nightstalker get through the draft. Obviously, they prefer not to let Kinguin get the Venomancer.
Well, you know, Venomancer and Necro, those are just those quote-unquote cancer heroes, as they're called. I mean, they're the big iconic heroes right now in the patch that no one really likes to play against. So understandable there, but Nightstalker in his own right, again, if they're comfortable with it, especially as most teams are, is definitely a tough one to give up to. I understand that, but they do let them have it. And last game, they also let them have it. But Kinguin did something really interesting, which again proved not to work out in the end. But they went a Nyx Assassin Nightstalker dual support. So those were the 2 support heroes for them. They didn't have that range support. It just felt a little off in the game as a result there. So this time they'll go with the Nightstalker and an Ancient Apparition instead. But we got to talk about the other side here as well, though. Beastmaster, but look at that hero. That's a hero I feel like it's been forever since I've personally seen, at least. Where the hell is Shadow Demon coming from?
The Netherrealm just completely banished it right over there. You know, kept out of the game. I think it's because the Clockwork ban out there. Marana does like to be paired up with the Clockwork just for the Cogs Arrow, but this is, again, it's going back 2-3 patches to maybe when Luna Shadow Demon was the strongest combination. Marana was pretty much the 3rd pick in every game because the Shadow Demon with the disruption into a Marana Arrow, you could keep a hero locked down for a good 7, 8, 9, 10 seconds. And obviously teaming up with the Luna there as well with the Shadow Demon, the push potential was off the roof. So this was a sort of combination that everybody, it was today's Necrophos, Venomancer, you know, the Nightstalker, Ancient Apparition, the Lich, those kind of heroes that everybody just got sick of seeing towards the end of the patch. But it is a really strong combination that Team Kinguin do need to be careful, because if someone does get disrupted, there is the entire potential for Marana just to blow someone up.
Oh, yeah, definitely. That's a possibility, and it's something that you're going to have to be concerned of if you're Team Kinguin here. So Disruption is also an interesting tool against the likely Batrider initiations as well, whether you disrupt your teammate or Batrider himself if you can catch him, of course. So that could be a fun use of it. But and also the Purge, obviously really good against Batrider for that matter, of his ultimate. So interesting that they do pick up the Batrider with that 3rd pick, is I guess where I'm getting at here. You still think it's going to be a fine hero for Kinguin, or maybe was that an oversight by them?
10 seconds remaining.
No, I think Batrider is one of those heroes, especially because you have the Chaos Knight as well, that as soon as he locks someone down, even if the hero gets disrupted, you're going to have the Chaos Knight with his Phantasms, potentially a Manta style as well. It means then that the Batrider literally just needs to get them that little bit closer to the Chaos Knight so he can Reality Rift heroes in. And then the Batrider potentially becomes expendable there. You've got the Ancient Apparition as well that is going to be able to throw out those Ice Blasts that once the Chaos Knight does throw out his Reality Rift. So it's kind of, I can see where the Batrider comes from. It's a very, it's not just a one-trick pony as well, because you're going to be able to burn down the Beastmaster's boss with the Firefly because of the slow, because of the sticky napalm there as well. They're not going to be able to run as far. It's very much this wave clear hero. Again, the Shadow Demon illusions when they come out from the disruption. So they're just trying to, with the focus fire of the Nightstalker and having to commit an Ancient Apparition Ice Blast to try and clear it off. It's just one of those heroes that is, because the Firefly lasts so long, so great at clearing off illusions and pushes as well.
So they got Marana Lifestealer cores to pair up with the Shadow Demon Beastmaster, and with the way things are shaping up, you'd almost think the mousesports is leaning towards a 4 position with their final pick. But I guess Mirana 4 position is also possible. Maybe next time, maybe that's where he could end up with. And you even see the Medusa ban coming out from Team Kinguin. So they think that's a likely possibility still. And yeah, again, finishing a draft with a 4 position hero always does feel a little bit funky. Maybe not as powerful. So perhaps that's what mousesports' plan is here, to go with another mid-core instead.
I think at the moment, the position 4 roamer, it's not a support anymore. It is 100% a roaming hero on the position 4. You can see it in the items he buys, such as the urn, the dust, going into sometimes the bloods, things like that. That you need to be drafting those heroes' position in the first, second, third pickups, because by the time you get to the 4th and the 5th, you're going to be seeing all these position 4s being banned out, and that's what I think it was. PPD. I'm not 100%, but I'm sure it's PPD said that you'll be seeing a lot of focus shift off the position 1s onto the position 4s, and the position 4s early game can make and break a game.
All right, well, they got plenty of time to think about that final pick. I mean, full 2 minutes here for mousesports, so very confident with their draft up until this point, and now they know they're going up against a puck here on the other side as well. You figure that's going to be a mid puck. I mean, you look at Team Kinguin, there's really no questions. It's pretty obvious who's going to be where, and what their plan is, at least on paper, at least here for what they're going to be doing. They get the Chaos Knight Exotic Deer. Their carry player, I'm sure, going to end up with that. Chaos Knight, we've definitely seen some entertaining games from him here. Do you think Chaos Knight's potentially going to do well this game? Is there any reason why he wouldn't do well, as we do have an OD, though, with that final pick coming out? So, first, let's go over reaction there first. What about the OD pick with the final pick?
I actually really like this because nobody on the side of Kinguin is going to be getting anywhere near the intelligence that Thug's going to be getting on the OD. Maybe the puck, depending on what the puck builds into. But you've got the clear from the Sanity's Eclipse, the lockdown as well. If anybody gets gone on, gets reality rifted in, again, the Batrider's Lasso that you were talking about before, they do have the way to pull them out of the fight with the Astral Imprisonment. Just the right-click potential coming out as well, being able to steal the int, pretty much. It's going to make Chaos Knight, Night Stalker very, very vulnerable, because they do have the smaller mana pools. That's one of the hero weaknesses, so they do need to be very careful how they use the spells. So yeah, I really do like the Outworld Devourer pickup.
It's gonna be interesting because they both got the imprisonment as well as that disruption, as you're talking about, from Shadow Demon. So whichever target does get jumped here on Mouz, they got definitely some safety nets in terms of being able to react, but also the offensive power. You talked about already with Mirana setting up some arrows. Again, going to be played by maybe next time. So really a unique draft here from mousesports. It's almost like they're kind of going back to the Boston Major days when they had their very successful run, of course, getting as the runner-up that event right there. So looking back in time here.
Yeah, and something else to note is with the Astral Imprisonment, with the disruption, the arrows, even the lifesteal, just being able to slow them down. This is a very delay-oriented lineup as well. So if Kinguin try and decide to take a fight, if they try and make a move on the side of Mouz can really start to delay this push, maybe even create space for the Beastmaster, because we've seen Beastmasters at the moment focus down one lane with the boars, with the Necro Bucks, get the Boots of Travel to be able to TP to a fight late, but it means that, like say, if Mouz can delay this for, let's say, a minute and a half, early game into the mid game, you could see a tier 1 tower, a tier 2 tower fall, even a tier 3 tower, depending on how far Mouz want to push it, how far they want to be able to try and protect, one lane or try and delay this fight. So it is a very good lineup from Mouz, and the counter push from Kinguin is there with the Ancient Apparition, but it's an Ice Blast every 30 seconds, whereas the Beastmaster is going to be able to bring up boars, especially when he gets the level 15 and he gets +1 boar. Every 30 seconds the push is going to come in. So again, if Mouz can delay for long enough, they are going to be able to take the tier 1s, the tier 2s, and take complete map control.
Yeah, so getting out of that laning phase successfully and having a strong mid-game is what mousesports is bringing to the table here. But can Kinguin fight against it, and how do they react here in the laning phase? And so far, from what I can tell, Exotic Deer, he was at the top lane, then he immediately started moving towards the bottom. They must have got some vision or something, but making the decision, the call to go an aggressive lane here from Kinguin. They're even going to take the bounty rune, and they're actually going to end up with 3 bounty runes. As a result of that, Thug only gets the top rune for his team at least. So again, the 3-for-1 steal. But yeah, sending Chaos Knight to the bottom. That means the safe lane going to be controlled by Batrider in the solo role. And mouz is moving as 3 for now over here. Beastmaster even joining Mirana and Shadow Demon towards the bottom. This is an interesting start we have. The laning phase. Middle lane? Well, they're going to say hello to OD, but not much is going to come of that. That's an ambitious try. And now Chaos Knight's by himself. Can I get the arrow? There we go. Oh, it hit him perfectly in between the illusions. That's the setup you mentioned, and thus the easy kill comes out. Who would have thought, though? Beastmaster joining Mirana, Shadow Demon bottom. You can't. Chaos Knight just completely got caught off guard there.
I think with this, you've got to look at as Queso's going to be taking a lot of right clicks. MNT just running himself away, though. That if you do throw out the aggressive tri lane, you have to be committed to protecting that hero.
Wow, that arrow, there was no setup even necessary. He just had the perfect angle and takes out Night Stalker as a result there. Now you do see Beastmaster. He's taking a lot of damage, though, to Exotic Deer with that Chaos Bolt, the follow-up auto attacks, but it's just not enough. Elisa throwing out that Chilling Touch, of course. That's where all that damage came from, but Skylark survives, pops the salve, and he is good to go. But already a very aggressive start at the bottom lane. Top lane, Mirana will pour it in and get the turn kill at least on a Batrider, but Batrider taking a life stealer by himself. Didn't even catch that kill happening. Was just watching this bottom lane, the chaos that is. But how about that? Batrider a solo kill on the top lane lifestealer.
Yeah, the Batrider, until the lifestealer, he's got his 1 point in the feast. So until he gets that rage up, he is going to be victimized by, again, the sticky napalm, the Firefly being able to do the damage without him being able to shrug it off. So the Batrider got the level 2, it looks like, pop the Firefly with all these sticky napalm charges. And Madara just has to kind of take it, because otherwise he's not going to be able to get close to the lane to get any farm. It will get better as he gets the points into the rage, being able to just shrug off those sticky napalms, walk himself away. But for now, he does have to just burr and grin it.
Middle lane so far. Puck the slight advantage. Nice steal from MNT. Man, he is active this game. Setting up 2 kills, stealing the invis rune right in front of Puck, and the courier goes down. The imprisonment into the arrow. Puck is also going to fall as well. MNT, man. This roaming Mirana is really proven to do so much work. But again, he has the setups with both Shadow Demon and OD. As odd as this pick is with some heroes we do not see often, it makes sense with that roaming Mirana. And so far, it's paying off big time. A 4-1 start in mousesports' favor.
Yeah, and usually you see the Mirana be picked up and in this 4 position and be really ineffective because the stuns aren't there early game. There's no setup for the Mirana, and she just does start to fall behind. And like I say, I think the 4 position is one of the stronger roles at the moment. So being able to set up and secure the kills onto this Mirana is going to be great for getting some early momentum going.
Now bottom lane, Shadow Demon. They're trying to turn on to him. They got the kill on an Ancient Apparition initially, and Shadow Demon's going to be fine. Scarlet could be fine too. In fact, Kakor is the one that could be in some trouble. The poison coming out from Shadow Demon. Oh, Ancient Apparition comes in though. Chilling Touch applied, and you know Skylark's dead. Those auto attacks going to do so much damage. Chilling Touch, not going to proc right there with the cold feet, that is. But the kill is had. Exotic Deer pulls him back in with the Reality Rift. Meanwhile, middle lane though, MNT yet again. Another kill on a Puck setup. So despite the return kill from Kinguin at the bottom, MNT just continues to do work. He is 3-0-2 in this game. It's a 6-2 lead in favor of mousesports right now. I mean, Kinguin, are they doing something wrong? Do they need to adjust anything, or is this just a part of what they have to accept with the lineup here?
I think, again, going back to the point of the aggressive tri lane, if you're going to commit to an aggressive tri lane, you need to commit, and it does mean that even when they put the offlaner in the safe lane, you know, they're offering the protection of the Shadow Demon as well. It means that the supports can't do this roaming effectively because you're carrying such a disadvantage putting him in this aggressive try. You know, if he gets caught out too far up the lane, he's going to die. So maybe Kinguin, they are trying to focus on the Chaos Knight. This is kind of their answer to the late game. So they are trying to get the farm. And again, they can, with the nighttime, now start to throw the Night Stalker with the TPs, but it's just a case of they had to be committed to the idea necessarily of losing both the other lanes, but the Chaos Knight is going to be so strong in this late game, so strong. So getting him this early game, protecting him, and putting it up against the bottom lane, even if it is just an aggressive duo, is going to be what Kinguin have committed to now, and I think it is a bit too late to change it, especially being 6-2 down.
Skylark there manages to live despite the Chilling Touch again hitting 3 heroes. They had the initiation, and he was at full life to start, but again, that Chilling Touch had so much damage. I thought he was going to be falling there, but no, a raindrop on him, and procs at least once throughout that exchange, helps keep him alive, and I'll see he walks it off. So Beastmaster, now he's playing the game of just stay alive while the supports are roaming elsewhere. In fact, they're all the way at the top lane, trying to set something up on Patos playing the Batrider, but as you see here, he's already back at base, and Lifestealer instead having that free farm. Bottom lane again, though, Reality Rift bullet. MNT's here. This time the arrow will whiff, and the Starstorm also not connecting either on Kakori. He's just about out of vision, but can he actually get away? The Wild Axes cut down the trees, and MNT, the final auto attack to finish the job. He already has the Arcane Boots, of course, the Windlace, even an infused Raindrop on himself, but able to get the response bottom and set up the turn kill, despite it being nighttime here for the Night Stalker. So not bad for them. And continue to look at this middle matchup. I mean, Puck has died twice, but Nisha is doing all right. He's 35-8. You got a 35-3. Odie on the other side. As I say, this Dream Coil initiation. Here comes that Night Stalker with the Nighttime. He's only level 2. Still voids a powerful ability. Flame Break pushback. This is definitely a kill. Arrow. Oh, it's barely dodged. MNT. He actually might be in some trouble now. It won't he? He does not have leap. They're just going to run on top. And Poor coming in for Shadow Demon Disruption. No, not going to matter. Now Shadow Demon has to be careful even.
And this is something, the musical lanes that are going to be coming out now, just as an answer to MNT and his great run of potential. But we saw it on the bottom lane. AA and Chaos Knight made a move onto the Beastmaster, but the Beastmaster's level 5. He just turned around and absolutely blew up the AA. So it does leave the Chaos Knight vulnerable. And again, committed to this idea of the aggressive tri-lane. So now they are trying to make a push onto the mid lane. They're leaving the Lifestealer to farm up top. So I'm not saying that Kinguin, it's a management issue. You try and focus one lane, you're going to give up 2 others, especially because the Beastmaster got such an early lead, being protected by the Shadow Demon as well as MNT.
Well, up here, Madara finishing off the tower. It's a game of who's going to get the last hit, and Madara does on the Lifestealer, so well played by him. Nice little bounty coming out middle lane. I think they might have been setting up in a puck once again, but Mirana's actually going top with that smoke. And they're hunting for this Batrider. They would love to take him out, especially what just happened here not too long ago. In comes the poison. There's a disruption. Guess what? The arrow set up. Easy lands, and Batrider definitely falling. As a result, MNT even credit for the kill, of course. Now 5-1-2 in this game, and getting a little bit of bounty off of that kill. So the top tower going down as well. Very good news. Skylark, though, bottom lane. This is a game where action's just not going to stop, apparently. Reality Rift pulling. MNT's here with the arrow, saving a little bit. Cold Feet does proc, though, and Beastmaster should be finished off as a result. But now Badar's in. Has open wounds. Going to use it at the last second. Trying to get denied his AA. That's not going to work, though. And he'll fall to the Lifestealer. We see the Arcane Rune, meanwhile. Thug. He's having to play careful now. Dream Coil was actually just used right there. Okay, so he used it to prevent OT from coming over to get that rune. Interesting. Mirana. Meanwhile, she's caught, but it is daytime. So Night Stalker not as scary. Patos, he has a lasso, though. Flame Break, it will connect. TP's coming in from Beastmaster. Promaror is ready himself. Batrider flies over the ledge. There's a Promaror. No! The split up action with the illusions right there or something. He actually manages to get away. The disruption onto him, but they do take out Batrider. Spartan's down trying to walk it out. Puck's trying to finish him. The illusory arrow forward. He is going to port with it. Astral Imprisonment puts under Spartan, though, but as soon as it comes out, the Waning Rift will finish the job. Illusory Orb through. Skylark being run down. Nisha, though, can't go too much further. Doesn't have the most mana here. I want to let you talk here, Robin Rowe. I mean, this game, though, is just, God, we got action, man.
Yeah, and you can see, again, mouz pulling the focus, trying to make this team fight in the mid lane last as long as possible. Madara's already taken the tier 1 tower on the top lane, and then he just moves himself over to the bottom lane. And it's all about map control for mouz. Again, the Beastmaster trying to go for what looks like he's going for the medallion first, not finished up his boots because he should be going for the boots of travel next. And it's just a case of Kinguin that they need to be taking these fights quickly, precisely, and cleanly. But again, with the Roar, with the Astral Imprisonment, with the Disruption, that's just not going to happen.
Oh, Mirana leaping away here. Again, daytime. Need to reiterate, means the Void's not as powerful. Ice Blast does come in, though. Hits Thug. Arrow's going to set up, but hey, you got to be careful on the follow-up. Nisha's going to make it difficult. It does have a Dream Coil if necessary. But you see, they do fall back from that situation. So bottom rune going to be picked up by Shadow Demon just before Puck could get it. It's a nice steal from Spartan there. Happens to be an Invis rune. All right, let's take a look at item progression. Hold that thought, Thuka's top lane from Aurora. Yep, they are going to catch the Bat Rider. The follow-up damage, Starstorm coming out, level 3. And Pato should eventually die here. He's going to do a little bit of return, but not nearly enough, so he's dead. But yeah, we got Skylark has the medallion finished. We saw him last game. He did eventually go the Necronomicon even, so I wonder if he's going to commit towards that. But an Axe queued up on Mirana, OD. We don't know exactly what he's going for yet. Lifestealer does have the armlet. Is any of these items standing out worth mentioning here?
Yeah, the Axe, again, it just adds to the push potential of the Mirana. Obviously, the burst damage as well in the middle of fights, but it just looks like Mouse is setting up. They know what game they want to be playing, and they just want to be getting the push potential off early before the Chaos Knight can really come online, because a Chaos Knight that gets 4, 5, 6 items that it really needs, the core items, is going to be an extremely scary prospect to be facing off against.
What about Beastmaster, though? I was having this self-discussion last game, but something I've noticed a lot recently is Beastmaster's, the Necronomicon build has died off a little bit, where we've instead seen maybe more of this Helm of the Dominator, into Blink, into Solar Crash, more of this aggressive initiation gank build. Do you think Necronomicon would be okay here, or would you rather see the more of that initiation style, perhaps with the activity? But I'll let you answer that in a second, because middle lane, we have a lot of fighting going on here. Kakor. He is going to get picked off as the Ice Blast came through, but obviously it was a little too deep there. They did kill the tower, so they got something out of it to the dire side, but get a return hero code. All right, so now to the question. What do you think?
I think that it depends, because they do have a decent amount of initiation with MNT. They have the Shadow Demon as well as the Outward Devourer as well. So I do think it allows the Beastmaster to go for this more pushy build, but then because of the Bat Rider, I wouldn't be surprised to see him go back for the Blink Dagger. Like you say, go for this initiation type as well. It looks like he is queuing up the Necro book, so and isn't going to be that far off getting level 1. Only about 1,200 gold, which at the rate of the farm the Beastmaster's getting isn't going to be, it's going to be within the next 5 minutes. He's going to have at least that level 1 Necro book.
Oh, they're going to find Elisa here. He's counter warding. He's like, ah, crap. The trap is set. That's always the awkward thing about counter warding as a support like that. It's like you obviously know they see you doing it. It's just a matter of can you kill it in time, and he could not. So the ward stays out for now. Speaking of support, Spartan, does he actually get out? No. Oh, the bullet just hit in time, and that'll be the end of him. So they make it an eye for an eye there. They get the support for support. Madara bottom lane. Action continues. We already have 23 hero kills combined. Why not more? No, we're not going to get more yet. He ports out with that rage. Pretty good combo. Similar to the Juggernaut, of course. So nice escape from the Lifestealer. So I mentioned, Lifestealer's had this armlet for a while. He has a Deathslayer now queued up. Should they be using that Lifestealer armlet more, like with the Infest Bombs? I guess maybe jumping inside Mirana, that's really your best target right now. They don't really have the best Infest targets here, but is that a possibility, or are you fine with him just continuing to farm here?
No, I think because Mouse are, 5 kills up now, they are managing 4 versus 5. They're just playing protect and pick off, and it means that the Lifestealer can find the space to farm. He's not pressured into needing to team fight. Mouse don't need to catch up anywhere. The static towers take the map control. So yeah, at the moment, I do think Lifestealer's just going to be happy to sit back and get the farm up where he can find it.
Bottom lane. Nice blast coming through. Madara, he is going to get caught. Any TP support coming in? Doesn't look like it. Oh no. He's going to live for now. They know where exactly he is. But it's just a matter of time. Again, he's taken so much time for this to happen, though, that they're pushing top tier 2. Lifestealer comes out. He will die as expected, so they had all that time to react, but they choose not to. And instead, they put pressure at the top tower. Meanwhile, Arrow on a puck as soon as he ports in, but maybe a little bit too deep to go. And they're going to start to retreat in, and Spartan again plays the, all right, I'm going to just distract them as long as possible before inevitably dying right here. So he's dead again. Top lane, they may be going to go in a Night Stalker, proper roar. Yep, there you go, initiation into the arrow. And the Star Storm coming out to finish the job. So execution at its finest there. As Skylark will TP out, no lasso to be had from Batrider. That was, this is, I don't even know if that was the right call for mousesports. This game just continues to be so crazy with what's happening.
It's standard divide and conquer. You've got 4 heroes, 5 heroes on the bottom lane, wasting the time, waiting for this lifestealer to become available, to be picking off while the tier 2 tower on the top lane is being pushed in. And because of the lack of vision coming out from Kinguin, it does mean that Mouse can rotate around 2-3 heroes at a time, look for these pickoffs, like we saw the puck getting stunned up, the Night Stalker hang around the tier 2 tower being picked off, because they're just falling behind on every single lane. The lifestealer created space for the other 4 heroes on Mouse, 1 hero in the mid lane, 2-3 heroes up on the top lane. So it is now becoming this desperate catch-up for Kinguin. And if they let it go on a little bit too longer, the best chance now is probably to try and force a 5-man push and just really look for, take focus on one lane. Yeah, you're going to lose the tier 2 tower mid lane, top lane, if that's what you want to push bottom lane. But you are going to force Mouse's hand to try to either commit to push Kinguin back, at which point you then TP off the lanes to look for the push on the other lanes because they've all committed to one lane. Or Mouse are going to be, pushed out. Yeah, they're going to win. They maybe take a tier 3 tower, but by the time they're taking the tier 3 tower, if you've got all 5 heroes grouped up with a Chaos Knight that's got the ult, the Batrider, the Ancient Apparition, you're going to be able to push up to the tier 3 tower and maybe pressure or axe as well.
All right, so for now, though, Kinguin smoked up. There's actually the Invis rune active on Batrider. They're trying to make use of that with a blink, of course, but as we see on the minimap, that's not necessarily going to be happening. In fact, Lifestealer jumps inside Skylark here. They port to the bottom lane. They smoke up to do this. Look at how patient this Batrider and crew are being, but it's just not going to find anything at this rate. They're going to need to move towards the top lane most likely, but Puck bottom lane is where it could get interesting. As no, he TP's out actually. And they want to defend that top lane, so both sides making plays that just come up short, however. May catch at least Spartan. Yep, they'll stop him. Was that a Dream Coil? That was. I mean, Dream Coil lasso just for the Shadow Demon level 6. Maybe not the most best use of resources right there, but for all they knew, there was more coming. Just wanted to make sure, but that will be a bottom tier 1 in response. Knew they TP'd up there. Necronomicon is finished on Skylark. As we see playing the Beastmaster here. Oh, D chose to go with the Hand of Midas, by the way. Now he does have a Force Staff to go along with that. So farming item is doing work, and he's top net worth in the game even at this point. Chaos Knight has Echo Saber coming, by the way, with the armlet, so he's going to be really ready to fight here.
Yeah, and he is starting to get to this power spike of the Chaos Knight now. Again, he's just going to be able to pull anyone in again with a Phantasm. Maybe builds into the Master Star later on. He's just going to be able to blow up 2-3 heroes of Mouse if they get locked down.
Well, top lane, they kill Shadow Demon. Madara trying to get the turn at least on Exotic Deer. Can he get it one more? No, the armlet toggle's not enough for Lifestealer, that is. It works out for Exotic Deer. Ice Blast coming in. Was obviously late anyways. Didn't matter at that point, but nice couple of kills for Kinguin. Skylark bottom lane. He has to be careful. But that army's coming online. You mentioned level 15 especially once he gets that +1 boar. The Necronomicon level 3 coming along. It's going to time out nicely. And that's going to mean heavy, heavy push from Beastmaster alone in this game. Is he really going to go for a solo kill? I don't know if he can do it. There's the axes. There's the roar. Necronomicon, it's gonna barely be enough damage, but it will be at a cost as they turn him. So, yeah, ultimately maybe not worth it, but he does get the kill at least.
Yeah, he got the kill, and he also got 2 TPs down to the bottom lane as well. So now, out with Devourer, Thug steps up on the top lane. MNT, he's got himself the Aghanim Scepter and 200 gold. So the wave clear is going to start stepping up for him. It's going to be good against the Chaos Knight's Phantasms as well. Again, just extra wave clear burst damage coming out. So now Thug, He's a little bit less scared about hanging around this tier 2 tower on the top lane. Spartan's there to back him up as well. And, well, at least that will devour a Thug as the TP away. Shadow Demon, if he gets caught out, shouldn't be, getting away. And it's just going to take that extra little bit of time for Kinguin to rotate up here.
he's sparring. If anything, he'll play the distraction if necessary here. There comes the disruption. OD with the invis, but the dust happening. So sparring, even demonic purchase. Nisha slowing him down heavily. Just do anything he can, but OD puts himself under. Now they're going to turn their attention to sparring, but OD, I don't think he's getting out of this one. The lasso comes out. The arrow does hit Batrider, but it's just not going to be enough. So Thug will eventually be picked off, and so will the Shadow Demon. So the rotation eventually works out. However, the core's going at it of Lifestealer versus Chaos Knight, and Chaos Knight actually winning that exchange so far. And now Lifestealer's in trouble as that support now runs into him, and Lifestealer's going to fall. Double kill for Nisha. It almost seems silly that Lifestealer was trying to do a 1 versus 1 fight against Chaos Knight so close to the supporting cast that he knew was there.
Yeah, and this is where Chaos Knight does rule the 1v1s because, again, it's just what's in his kit. He has the crits for the lifesteal as well. I know lifesteal has a sustainable amount of lifesteal, but with the Echo Saber, with the Chaos Strike, Chaos Knight just out-sustains him. And then he didn't even need his ultimate for that, and because Lifestealer is so single-target focused, that as soon as the Chaos Knight, if he finds him 1 versus 1 with Phantasm up there, Chaos Knight is going to win that in like 5 seconds flat.
So Lifestealer having to wait, gets up now, but still doesn't have that Desolator finished. Seems like Mal's game plan has kind of, it's almost fallen apart a little bit. They've been very spread out. They've been in different areas, and again, the perfect example right there, Lifestealer fighting by himself, Beastmaster bottom lane. Yeah, sure, we got the rotations, but it seems like the movement's a little more fluid right now from Kinguin. They're working together as a team just that much better. And they even start to take the net worth lead now. So sure, OD is still overall, but well, as I say that, no he's not, because Puck takes over as soon as they kill that bottom tower right there. So that's not even the case for them anymore. I mean, a Hurricane Pike, it's going to be nice on OD, but I guess at this point, Mouse still has the split push going, but their tier 3 is now being pushed in. So they're going to have to try to defend this here. As Batrider finds Shadow Demon with the lasso, that's a quick kill. And he's dead for 25 seconds now. This tier 3 may very likely fall. We'll see how Mouse can defend it. Starstorm coming out. That's that axe effect from Rana, so he has that now. Exotic Deer splits up with a Phantasm. Lifestealer takes over the Siege Creep. He tries to run, but did he go too far? The Reality Ridge pulls him back in, put under by the Astral Imprisonment. Would he have a buyback at this point? I think he might. Yes, he would. He's dead for 45 seconds. He might want to use it, although Chaos Knight goes down in response now. And then Night Stalker's pretty low going back in there. He tried to finish off Rana. He ends up falling, so no buybacks necessary. The team's doing plenty. Enters a fighting strong here. Nisha. Does he actually port away? Oh, he blinks the other direction. Well played by him. Gonna orb into the base, go the other way. Oh, but he's still in a tight spot, though. Demonic Purge. Yeah, nope, he doesn't use it, actually. Starstorm is canceling. They're really trying to catch his puck, man. He's actually going to escape. Wow. That seemed like that wasn't going to happen there for a second. Arrow. It's just to the right. Well played. He gets out, and, I mean, they kind of hold. Did lose Lifestealer, though. And a little bit of damage on tier 3.
Yeah, that was well worth it, because the tier 3 tower on the top lane, Beastmaster, again, it was this delay that I was talking about. Yeah, they lose the Shadow Demon, sorry, and they lose the Lifestealer, but they take a tier 3 tower on the top lane, they open up the racks, they delay long enough that the Batrider's forced to TP himself away, and as soon as the Beastmaster takes the tier 3 tower, TPs himself back into the fight, and now Mouse are at another advantage, because they've got the Roar there, the lasso's already been used, there's no Batrider. What was really great from Kinguin was the puck being able to delay that long, with the rest of his team dead, or 2-3 heroes dead on the side of Kinguin, because they chased down Nisha. It stopped them from being able to push up to the tier 2 tower on the mid lane, the tier 2 tower on the bot lane. So this was really well played by the puck, just to delay and make Mouse chase in instead of looking for another push or a fight.
Lasso initiation, speaking of fighting, catches OD, the Ice Blast right on top, and they explode OD as well as a Shadow Demon. MNT's in trouble. There's no way that TP's working right. Oh my god, it did. He actually gets out. Back to the fight though. Primal Roar activated, and they take out Exotic Deer, but Beastmaster falls in return. Madara, he's trying to run down Kakor a little bit too far though. Rage wears off. He needs to go the other direction. Armlet toggle. He has it right here. He'll pop it. Heals up a little bit, and he will ultimately survive because of it. So that was something. The Chaos Knight falling. Nisha, oh, the Starstorm almost killed him, actually, but not enough damage coming out from Mirana right there. That would have actually really put it in mousesports' favor, if anything. But yet again, another skirmish that takes place where they lose OD, but they kill Chaos Knight, so kind of really a back and forth here. Lifestealer stays alive, managed to. I just another case of all right. I guess mousesports, it's good for them, and they got that tier 3 top as you mentioned. So more room for Beastmaster to eventually get back up and continue the split push here for the team.
Yeah. But we're seeing, like I say, Kinguin to start coming online in these team fights. The Chaos Knight's he's got himself now. Well, he's going towards the BKB into a heart, and that is going to be where the Chaos Knight's just not going to occur. He's going to walk up, he's going to pick off a hero, he's going to shrug it off, walk back, heal up, go back in, and find the kill again.
They find OD again. Madara's trying to help out, gets the open wounds up barely on Patos at the last second. The imprisonment puts him under, so now Madara's going to run after Patos on the Bat Rider, but a little bit too far away. Can't chase him forever. Disruption now comes to OD. They're really saving OD as much as they can, but Puck eventually gets the kill. Night Stalker runs into the Roshan pit. He's going to end up dying, though. They chase him. Puck, don't tell me he gets away again. Okay, he's not going to get away again. The Lifestealer Infest Bomb. That's a 9-kill streak stopper in favor of Madara, but Chaos Knight joins the party late. Phantasm Army with the Reality Rift. Drops Beastmaster immediately. And another crazy fight of a 2-for-2 exchange. Spartan, he's a little bit too far. He shouldn't be able to catch up to him. But yeah, being able to delay some of these kills, even though OD died in the end, is pretty key here for mousesports and trying to get the appropriate setup for them in these fights. But you mentioned Chaos Knight. BKB just about finished, as all he needs is the pattern now. And he has 1,000 gold saved up, and that alone is going to be big. With that, especially with the Harden synergy, you really are not going to be able to deal with him in these fights.
No, I'm actually surprised Kinguin took a fight there without the Chaos Knight being there. He was farming up the Ancients on the right side of the map, and that would have been an absolute devastation for Mouse if the Chaos Knight would have been there, because you just saw so many heroes. Yeah, okay, they took down 2, they took out the Devourer, the Beastmaster, but you just saw so many heroes on the side of Mouse just barely getting themselves away, and with the Reality Rift, the Chaos Bolt there to stack up with the rest of Kinguin, probably would have been a team wipe. Mouse would have been wiped off the map. That could have been a tier 2 tower on the mid lane pressured in. It could have been an extra bit of map pressure coming up from Kinguin, and I'm just surprised. Maybe it was a little bit of a lack of communication. Maybe Chaos Knight thought, I need to get this item to make sure, I don't die with all this gold.
We're about due for a Roshan fight, so here we go. The Ice Blast is on Madara. The lasso ending. There's the counter, though, with the ultimate from Beastmaster, but the Reality Rift pulling on OD. He's stunned up pretty heavily. Thug gets the sanity as it clips off, doing a little bit, but he falls shortly after, and so does the Lifestealer. They did take out Puck and Night Stalker so far, 2 for 2, but Chaos Knight feeling pretty strong in this fight. There's a Chaos Bullet, takes out Beastmaster as well, but now he's in trouble, and Mirana's going to get, well, that's actually Skylar going to get triple kill. Mirana gets a double kill, and they somehow clean up in the long run. I did not expect that to go in favor of Mouse. With the way that started and how it was looking there, Chaos Knight seemed like he was doing work, but I guess Mirana was just simply auto-attacking and Starstorm spamming that whole time with the Axe, and clearly worked out in the end. A 5 for 3 in their favor. Can they actually finish Roshan here? Probably not, but they win the fight still. This is just crazy, man.
Yeah, they just keep him on low enough health that the Lifesteal is going to be back up in 8 seconds. He's going to be able to TP to the Shrine. I assume, no, it's not on cooldown. So they are going to be able to take this before the rest of Kinguin are up and responding. The Night Stalker looks like he's coming down, trying to maybe look for a pick off on the Shadow Demon before anyone can respond, but he's just going to put himself in a lot of risk now that the entirety of mousesports are near enough backup.
Arrow. Oh, it's not going to hit Ancient Apparition as he ports in, but that's pretty key because it allows him to get the Ice Blast off, which you see right there, but there we go. Thug actually picks it up. The Roshan was killed by the entire team, by the way. Nisha jumped in with the Dream Coil, but Thug gets it. Madara, he does not have it, though, and he will die. The Aegis is popped right away. Thug has to get out of here, though. 4 stabs over the ledge. Is this worth it in the end for Mouse? Nisha's going for it. He really wants more. Spartan in the back lines helps to finish off Kakor, actually. Flame Break just going to push him forward and closer to his teammates. Illusory Orb, they spot Shadow Demon. They do not have a stopper, though. And he actually TPs away. So the Aegis used immediately. So after all of that, I mean, really, Kinguin kind of wins that, though, right? Because they're the ones that actually killed Roshan. And then they got the Aegis used anyways right away. So I guess it works out for them.
They burn it up. They find 2 kills effectively. They only lose the Night Stalker. Really, it's not the worst thing in the world. Again, he's playing this utility position 4. He's got the medallion, the urn, the dust, but he's going to be up in 13 seconds anyway. So this is going to be able to fight the push of mouz. If mouz really want to try and force this out, and this is what I'm talking. The 5-man effectiveness of Kinguin is starting to be shown. Yeah, okay. They lost a rush fight before this fight, but you know there was no map pressure. They took enough heroes that mouz was forced to just try and hang around rush because it was low enough that if Kinguin tried to come back up, they'd take another fight. Like we saw, you know, effectively they would have secured it if mouz had backed away. And now they are trying to find this 5-man pressure. Make sure mouz can't commit to the split push with the Beastmaster. And it's just making it so much harder for mouz. Now, the late game is starting to show. And Kinguin are definitely in charge, I think, anyway.
Yeah, I mean, Mirana's definitely... He's going for that old school Axe build. You got the Yules and now obviously the Blink, and then the Eth Blade even now queued up for him. So he's definitely going to have just a crazy amount of upfront burst here, which will be nice. But ideally the Chaos Knight should become scarier and scarier as this game progresses on. The BKB still a full 9 seconds, even double damage room currently on him, but just going to farm up a little bit more with it before that eventually wears off right here. Puck, almost level 20, and has the Lincolns. Finished, of course. He actually has the Dagon now queued up. So, and speaking of heavy burst, we're gonna see plenty of that potentially from him. OD's had trouble consistently getting farm, and Thug, you know, 1, 5, and 9, kind of understandable when you look at that stat line right there. But he does almost have his own BKB finished, and the recipe. Last thing that he needs there. There's the bots finished by Puck though first, so the Dagon will be a little bit delayed. But yeah, kind of just running through these items here. But more coming out for either side. I mean, this is just what happens. It's just such a chaotic game. Not a lot of farm time coming out. This is the longest amount of farm time we've had since really the laning phase in this game. Yeah. Just a couple of minutes.
And Skylark opted to actually go back for the Blink Dagger like you were talking about instead of picking up the Boots of Travel. Just picks himself up a TP.
Is OD dead? He probably is. Yes, he is.
You expected.
Yeah, Katso being able to clear that one up. But yeah, so Beastmaster, he's gone for this. He's prioritized the split push and the push potential of the Beastmaster, but he's not ignored the fight potential as well. So he did go back for the Blink Dagger. It's going to be great for him being able to TP back to maybe one of the shrines in the base or the racks and just be able to instantly throw himself forward into the fight.
Lifestealer has an AC being worked on. That'll be nice to have for him. Nice little Arcane Rune as well spawning. And he'll gladly pick up a Kinguin, pushing more objectives now. Kind of feels trying to take control of sorts. Obviously the tier 3 tower at the top lane going down in favor of mousesports early on in the game, but since then they really haven't had much of that presence. Mentioned Beastmaster with the Blink Dagger and really just kind of more ready to fight than effectively go for much of that split push. However, the top tier 2 tower is going to fall here, or going to be defended, I should say. It does not fall. There's still plenty of life left on it. So retreat from Kinguin, and a rare instance where they do not want to take a fight after just how crazy this game's been. 57 hero kills at 33 minutes, but they do retreat. Want to farm that the heart on Chaos Knight, I'm sure is the big reason. And that's where they'll feel a lot more comfortable to fight. But for the time being, Spartan, he's scouting out, and they do find one target. They find Night Stalker. From Aurora jump there. Lifestealer and Fest Bomb, of course. And now they're just going to keep pushing top lane. So Kinguin will have to defend here. Ancient Apparition, that would be a big pick, but cannot finish him off. So now we'll see what they can make happen at this top set of racks here. Night Stalker's dead for 35 more seconds at this point.
Yeah, it's actually interesting that they do TP back to Puck. He wasn't going for the split push on the bottom lane. They do 100% want to defend this top lane of rocks.
Oh, they jump. Lifestealer, and that's a dead Lifestealer right off the bat. Shadow Demon's dead as well, so the Dagon Burst, level 1 picked up by Puck. Gets the kill, but that's how it will end, despite getting the ranged racks destroyed. So a little bit more progress being made from mouz. But the defense is there for Kinguin, so you mentioned maybe a little bit surprised that they ported back. Would you say that was worth it in the long run?
Yeah, definitely. They lose a range racks, but the lane is going to be pushed out now by the 4 Phantasms of the Chaos Knight. He's got enough gold now to, well, he's about an ancient camp away from being able to finish off the heart now as well. Mouse at disadvantage. Lifesteal is going to be up in 19, so there's no real push potential coming out. But it does mean that Kinguin, Exotic looks like he may even buy out, but he does have the items advantage. And now the pickoffs with the darkness as well. Scarlet spotted out.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Probably dead here. Lasso. He's a response onto him, so nice find there. And he's dead for 70 seconds, actually. That's a pretty crucial kill for Kinguin. Maybe they're opening to finally push an objective here. They have a decent push at the bottom lane. The creep wave just about here. And they should be able to take this out pretty easily. So going to start pressuring the tier 3 tower again. It's already very low. Defending without the Beastmaster here. He does bring a lot to these fights. Not only a strong initiator for the team, but... Oh, top lane. Wow. Puck is actually porting back, so never mind. They retreat. Mirana was doing enough right there to get the retreat to happen, and Kinguin's falling back as a team. You see Madara, he's chasing. Trying to catch somebody. The Yule Scepter throwing up. Mirana able to run up to them, but it comes at a cost for her life, so going a little bit too deep. And now Chaos Knight is going to be disruption up. Patos taking auto attacks from Thug. Gets away, though, with a Force Staff. Exotic Deer going toe-to-toe with the Lifestealer. Puts under by the Astral Imprisonment, though, and now Exotic Deer has to turn around and run. Sanity's Eclipse comes out. Not enough damage for the kill, though. Odie gets pulled up by the lasso. He ends up falling. And they also picked off Mirana in the midst of that. Shadow Demon barely escapes, and man, Lifestealer almost died himself. So very interesting sequence of events right there. Mirana got picked up at the top lane. Oh, no, she joined them, but she gets picked up in the midst of the fight. And then Puck eventually rejoins them, and now we see the tier 3 being pushed. And the racks on top of that.
Yeah, and this is going to be at least, it's only going to be one lane of racks because of the tier 2 tower still standing on the mid and the top. And it's just interesting that Kinguin were able to stagger those kills. The Beastmaster was the key to that fight, even though Kinguin weren't really confident going into that fight because they had a full team up against 4 Beastmaster with no buyback. They were able to find the key kills and move themselves down now into the bottom lane of racks, secure the first full lane of racks in the game. And now they don't need to worry about this bottom lane. They've still got a tier 2 tower on this. The pressure is going to be coming in. And they could even find another kill. It looks like it's going to be another kill onto the Lifestealer. Yeah, with no buyback available on him, I think Mouse, this could be the beginning of the end.
It absolutely could be. And he's dead for 55 seconds. Oh, he even gets the extra illusions here. Does Chaos Knight with the Phantasm, almost adding insult to injury. So that RNG kicking in big time. And this tower, it's going to fall easily. Racks on top of that without Lifestealer. Obviously, they lose a lot of presence with their net worth farm. And there's a quick nuke on a Shadow Demon, so now they'll be down him. And middle set of racks is now also going to be cleared. If you're Kinguin, I don't see them stopping. I mean, why? They could just go to the top lane now and continue pushing. I heard a roar down here. That was, what was that on? I don't even know. Nothing really seemed like it was in too much danger, so.
No, it could have even been an illusion and a bit of a mistake.
Well, they don't go top. They decide to hold. Oh, well, that would be why. The tier 2 is still up. Duh. I was like, wait, why aren't they going top? Darn tower's still in the way. So they are bottom, keeping the lane pushed in. Curious about that. But Chaos Knights, he's well up here, just trying to kill a shrine himself. So Kinguin seems a little disjointed at the very end there, but ultimately a lot happening out of that fight for them. And now they can kind of reset again, farm their next tier of items, and then truly try to finish this game and force that third and final game as a result.
Yeah. And Exotic Deer going for this old school Chaos Knight build. Again, because of the Lifestealer only being able to single focus target, he gets the heart for the extra sustain. And he's now going for a butterfly. So right clicks just aren't going to be as effective against Exotic Deer, which is all the Lifestealer really has. So again, in a man mode fight, which things do seem to be coming down to, because it looks like the Chaos Knight wants to get that Lifestealer down at the beginning of the fight. Exotic Deer, there's no way. There's like a 99% chance he wins the fight. Obviously, there's a freak occurrence every so often, but yeah, Exotic Deer should be able to. And again, this is the Chaos Knight that I was talking about, this unstoppable force coming into the very late game. Just because of the sustain, because he's going to be able to pick up an Aegis now, the BKB being so effective on him as well, the heart. I don't see how Mouse effectively win this fight.
Well, they're going to try. Scarlet says, oh no! That's an awkward position to be in. He was trying to jump into initiate. He gets the proper roar out, but they're having a TP out now. Beastmaster, that's not going to work. GG's are called. Yeah, he just GG after that. Why even try to continue? Clearly, I mean, even if he gets over the ledge there, they're able to fight. You know, who really knows if that's going to truly work? It was a last-ditch effort. Did not work out. A little bit of an embarrassing finish, but it is a victory for Kinguin. After, God, that game though, 39 kills really for Kinguin alone, 39 minutes, averaging 1 kill a minute. But even mousesports had 29 themselves. It was just a back and forth heavyweight battle, just slugging one another. But Kinguin ultimately wins the battle, and they do force the third and final game. So, well, final thoughts on that game there, Robin Roll.
Mouse had all the early game pressure in the world because Kinguin committed to, again, that aggressive try lane. They could have, or they should have potentially looked to end the game in, and I know it doesn't always happen, but 10 minutes earlier. The Beastmaster, the Morona, with the rotations, they were looking really healthy up until Kinguin said, you know what, we're going to 5-man this. We're going to 5-man, and if Mouse want to try and split pushes out, we're going to apply pressure, and again, we're going to look for this tier 3 tower on the bot lane, and we're not going to be bullied and pulled across the map. And that's what ultimately, I think, won them the game. This stance of, we have the better 5-man fight. Yeah, okay, we could lose the lane of Rax, but if they want to commit to a lane of Rax, we commit to the tier 4s. We really make it hard for Mouse to the split push.
All right, well, game number 3. We'll see what happens here. It was fun seeing that style of draft from mousesports, definitely. Very unique for themselves. Again, going a little bit old school, even with the Shadow Demon and M&T playing the 4-support Piranha and everything. But despite the very active early start, I think they were even up 8-1 or something like that early on in the game. Obviously, it did not pay off in the long run there. So we'll see how game number 3 shapes up. But we're going to take another short break. I'm BreakyCPK, joined by Robin Roll. By the way, guys, one more time, if you have exclamation point SkinCoin in chat, you can get information on the giveaway currently going on, as well as you go to skincoin.org. You can check out the latest cryptocurrency on the esports market, where you can trade in your favorite skins from Dota 2 as well as CSGO. Again, that's skincoin.org. All right, game number 3 coming up here of our first of 3 best of 3s today, guys. Stay tuned. We'll be back.